FM so ne Ekosiisen dwumadie na wasoguso awutie no yedemu nyina se esan mamo akwaba bio some 31 minutes after 3 medi your saibon so man hene kwabena santi atena se ne medi kan yede me hear some segment no ebebreo mamen kai will say oba Ekosiisen dwumadie so a sound of our time ayede breo no Pong Affordable Housing Project Ebwayen under the auspices of the Tema Development Company Limited. Almost me fan to my name say flat no are ready. Inti ene wo pedan ato we no enye rent e ba be ye wa wo dia for life. And flat ne bo no air for okwo a 10-minute drive from the Tema Motorway interchange. Ubenya studio out, ubenya 1-bedroom apartment, 1-bedroom special apartment, and a 2-bedrooms apartment. We know you can't affordable house now. We mean affordability. Really affordable because a bono from as low as the CD equivalent of $8,000 into plus or minus by 50,000 Ghana cedis. Ubenya flat a wow there. We any rent na wato afebo. And the highest near $28,000 US. The CD equivalent of $28,000 US. Flat be about with fully fitted kitchen cabinet, commercial and recreational areas. When you only Tema Development Company Marketing Department in Komosis here 0504 895 302 0504 895 302 na bibi ankoye amount Agbeve Herbal Center so boayen omo de mona soap and a mona cream abadwaso wa opesa honam etoso na o skin dey look natural and fresh unwi efu kama o body odor etimi efri hokwa fa mona soap dware nefa cream no enso extra kama Agbeve fever so mo malaria hamo it helps you fight onset and outset of malaria and here passion and so efamayen ye wa agbeve tonic and ye wa agbeve balm tonic ne ma de eboa ma pa in fact so we suffer from menstrual clotted blood flow flemish menses and a black menses piles michekoko how o your ba ye bema unya agbeve tonic e bi tu ase ama ye wa agbeve balm and so honam tutu pompa bow waist pains dislocations and also the faswa ebeko Agbeve Herbal Hospital so wire resafie for 0246 595256 na bibia enkoye ma ye wo Duraplast so Duraplast ubo wondia unim se eba pipes pa dia UPVC pipes HDPE pipes wo de ye plumbing works drainage works baby also require Duraplast for 50 years and ye di djuma e wo Ghana nti eba reliability eba quality you can count on us na yetimi ama pipes papa any because say yasha mo say fa nsuo ho asempa dia wherever Duraplast goes water flows in the water tank aba eno ye water storage system wodi nsuo gum o store nsuo gum na wi so nkakra into unya water tanker de boa wo ho na e ma da sonkwan ne say ewo water level indicator into we no unhia sa wo do nsa bebo tank ne me ho bibia nsuo na du o hwe indicator no so wo ni mu nsuo aka ewo tank ne water tank nkwa na what this particular water level indicator wunya ne bebia indiko na kokope bi eto ye the CD wash station so aba na COVID-19 ha dream bebre no unya CD wash station na comprehensive hand washing station wo de bia hohoro nsa de ye nije kra ne se o mfa wonsa nka bebia nti utia baby semena bebe watia baby na nsuo aba wo de hohoro nsa kama ne nyina yetimi aboa akon etia COVID-19 Duraplast say we pay UPVC pipes HDPE pipes for all your construction and plumbing works and quadia Duraplast North Industrial Area ewon kran ha na Kumasi so ye Aboabo Light Industrial Area Ofori Chrome for 0244 336 665 na uni Duraplast into me in the enkomo ma memfa Obapa product nso ntwemu mamo unim say Africa Queen Mackerel ayabo hu de ro ababa no amanfo topapa opetuna nunsu there Africa Queen Mackerel ye wo oba papa sardine and also sardine it takes care of all your nutrition needs unya bi ebeboa and obapa tomato paste and the original tomato paste from Europe a pure red highly nutritious koye brutal we mu nyina mabobo so yi no unhia 10 katane sekan bia we otwen ya na bia and very easy to open and when your bapa enin komo 0302 66 8357 0302668357. Malaria drua enani na ye bompaye se beba enya ababa bedu. If you feel feverish and also when you severe headache, you feel say you have malaria. Me pacho de also would say also kokoye test. So when you test positive for malaria, they are tumuda. Your anti-malaria of choice, your friend Leumatrona. And when you test positive for malaria, na kope Leumatrona eno or how to extra. It be a hormone penny for be hormone kola, pharmacies and chemical shops ni na raubenya biato. Leumatrona. Nisi pharmacy ne dia bejaso. O frewa 0208 305 676. Na when you biato. Leumatrona, a trusted anti-malaria for the family. Enti nyumekwe boy me the sound of our time ebremo enano. Emra so afie de me hear some segment no ebeto amo so eno nso no Ecobank Ghana, the Pan-African Bank. Prostate 60, a healthy prostate, a healthy life. JL Dankwa, producers of Citrolex mixture and capsules. Here were Thesak Real Estate in Sasepadie. Beka won ho asemacho. And na Sasam Pharmaceuticals, the fresh man, fresh lady, fresh co capsules. And so about Mubuai, and me hear some segment. Ebro, my hine kwabna sante. Akwa bawan.
Well, Obi, it is well, we are always grateful to Trade and Ponya Componse. Ode and then so Ache. We celebrate this day with special personalities like Paul Awintem Afoko.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Paul Afoko birthday.
And then birthday.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a very good friend. Pastor Otabel. And also ne birthday.
Pastor means
I think 61
birthday,
years, yeah.
Oh, okay. 61.
Yeah, Pastor means
Okobio.
Mami Korea. Yes, Mami Korea.
And no friend.
Yeah, kasi Mami Korea.
Yeah.
Yeah, sumo ejuma we much nyenne. In fact, meka say the late Kojo Kaba. Ne Mami adopted mother.
Oh, okay.
Mami Korea baby obi also wa kra ya che. It's been a while. Ihu na che kaneni ebididi.
Yeah.
Ene de yente ogabi uti. Ye no for so ache wadaroma. Ye kwa na ye no afre me ma ade mu na magire odo. Muntinsi kwan nti. Ya mo awodapa erade nso enka eye and the almighty afia kutu ye china.
Afia kutu de ye china.
Almighty.
Na me feel say ye because no na me who say Eric J I post on Facebook.
Almighty afia kutu.
I say ye china.
Ye china. Nti
in the happy birthday in advance.
Yeah, in advance. Nti
mu amunim no. Na say ya mo ni din full o. Mami afia akuto Nixon.
Yeah, Nixon. Afia kutu mami. A member of Apostolic Empowerment.
Afia kutu mami.
Say me change it no. Afia kutu mami Nixon. Nixon afia kutu mami. Inti.
And mami afia kutu Nixon.
Exactly. Yeah.
No.
Obobia efa. Oh yeah, a member of Apostolic Empowerment Ministry.
Oh, you dickness ana.
There be onu sampempenso no. I don't just raise people to that age. It's a as a Pentecost as no. You empeja prekopesa. Or you part of the prayer tower team.
Oh, okay.
But untimi empeja the prekopesa. Uncommon dickness. Yes.
But ni kunu ye dicken.
Ni kunu afeni ye dwene wo asafo no. Oba ye onyame aye. E wona brabom ne na setrem ene onyame asema ode ne ho atoso no afi na asafo no tu anamo ahwe say prekopesa no yentimi mpegya prekope enkodi ye di asori na ase for 16 years ansa na Awurade nam eye na dom so e pegya kudu sa mpempezo ndi nyese wo ba no wahokam no wahokekam ntiri prekope da bi sesi ehwe ba ko mieni bi ansa eti as ne ho kani edi na wo da ide menim say it's a big day for us at Apostolic Empowerment. You better also for
key members of the church.
Very key. Very key. In every aspect, omo key. Empire boom, omo ahofama, omo de menyame adwuma, ensenka, on brand new on su a on da na edi Christo aye omo fapem. That's the most important thing.
But this is Eric J so be member.
Yeah, we ka asafo no ho. Say asafo bia na fapem eye Christo no. Wo de an say unia hotoso bi apart from Christo no. Wo de an say uni baby afa apart from Christo no. Apostolic Empowerment Ministry. Clearly, it is one unique place. Ubetimi hu nyame.
prominent members.
Oh, Okasa is I take offense. Okasa. We are not building. No, Okasa, I take offense. We are not building church based on prominence of individuals. Okay. It's about Onyamia Sema Tumua. Ubetim dia dijum. Ento Onyamia ya dom na nipa bi mo omo my Ghana na ne hye atraso ebe dom asafuna. Etire nyuma pa asafunu eye. But the church is not built on Kwabrasante. The church is not built on Asumesi and Asobenti. Even though,
but it is also a fact.
Yeah, very relevant.
Mami Dokuya,
of course. Yes,
information.
Almost from visiting lectures. Omo be from ko. No ma omo ni abedin komo. Na from but yonko fa. You said what can I teach you for the do now. Makachiro, yeah conversation ankaye. If there ya bro so 220. It 220 activity team come and the dog when again praise be Pentecost yeah.
I reserved the best for the last.
Yeah.
Menso me presiding elder.
Yeah.
And with PIWC down summer.
Yeah.
They did the elder Tony Ba.
Oh, I see. Tony Ba.
Oh yeah, Tony
okay,
Ba.
all right.
Oh yeah, Juma War.
Jakalolo Milusi. Jakalolo Milusi.
Oh no, so no.
I don't see there. Man, Jakalolo Milusi.
Yeah.
The Opama dear man.
Yeah, Opama dear man.
Okay. Lucy Suya dear papa.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Jakalolo Milusi. Or any say Jakalolo Milusi.
In the Lucy, happy birthday. But Elder Tony Ban, Juma War, Exim Bank.
Okay.
Yes.
Mama Elder say kwa mamu ye Juma.
Oh yeah, that's elder they won't pastor.
No, me busa say mama say sempatre.
Okay.
They said the makio here obenya malaria ni na
for pastors they pastor they full time.
Okay, so
and
elder they ultimate from farm kakra
na elder they obetima. Na say me elder yes anka me ntimi me.
No men ka sentia me dey me say nimdie a me ninti. Ana me busa say mama akwanya mama elder sometimes you take too much of this me shortfalls. Me busa say mama akwanya ma elders ntimi ya adwuma na. Ana wo ma me say nimdie. E say me short me fall short of that nimdie no.
No problem. In the elder Tony Ban, happy birthday to you, champion presiding elder. Or super.
I see.
Now, Mama, sorry, more presiding elder.
I think they don't take us through Momo Shisha Mudigo.
Okay. No, I just wanted to ask.
No, sometimes you know.
Pentecost
but sometimes you know.
Yes.
I don't take me through the steps at Pentecost for Moye. Nyami bako, but Shisha, you know, and a bed dance.
In the elder Tony Ban, happy birthday to you. We appreciate you. You are a good man. You are a fine gentleman. Continue.
Saying now, Modia Doye because Pentecost is a phone. I gave back where the attitude Adoye. And home for so. Into all can elder no so no more tears. Yes, Nyamishra na nini omapane na mo de car, na mo de materials, na mo de issue, na mo de body.
Or a big man.
Oh, a procuracy to
or a big man. Or you more Exim Bank.
A procuracy to go.
Let that register. Or you more Exim Bank.
Oh, I see. Me member back because you more Maslock, deputy CEO. Bakosu ye freight forwarder. It you know so say e show there.
You know better you call the pepper.
No, make him evidence here.
Ekosiisen to the higher Empire FM. Yada munyina ase some kosweti. But one big news I intimi in yaho entwa so and it's Africa's Club of the Century, Kumasi Asante Kotoko, and exactly 85 years.
No,
85 years.
Even in 85, they achieve 100 and something for even in 85. What we have achieved, 100 and something. But for Atuku, if you're late, our didn't such like a crab of a famuma, now my husband Mako 20 bars within them social media tomato bars.
Oh, that's a bas, no, but could be bad.
They're not nice now,
mother.
They should be careful because I was a paint this Arcado. So Macado. They should be careful. Not Chum de Bremena, Dr. Slebo de Bremen, or the designs I will do more year. I don't need all these things. Has of Casa too much. Over 100 years, then a Modi show say this is it. So at the Kumasas and the Kotokode, 85. Even what we have achieved 85 years is more than the loud mouth people of Mokasa
Bibi. First team I shape
Kotoko.
Who say you buy a team beyond shape boot.
Look at this. Look at this.
Now has for Abadaba no mun shape boot more.
Oh, now she has it there. I betray me Omuyusu. Has. I betray no Omuyusu. So we don't have a problem.
And the new CEO of Kotoko issue statement.
The strategic marketer no.
Nana ya wampons.
I know what draws attention. That this is the team. It's so Bano din Hobedom. So what I say. These are the things.
Solid guy. And we issue statement say the next 85 years we should build Kotoko to also conquer Africa as the club of the next
Uncle
century.
Beyond Africa.
This is here, the club of the century. The last 100 years.
And look at Obi and New said that the Abaso body in Timmy Abaso. You know,
the management of the team, the board, Otumfu Ankasa, Yamayena who trained for 85 years and easy. We can only get better as a club.
Papa Kumune Asasi Jane Rastaman Kofi Bedumo or the way Rakwan players and me body the way Rakwan Kofi Beduni Asasi Papa Kumune Yemini Medmon
send me some pictures heart pictures now bars
we catch she akai as a folk na me minim dey Dr. Simon if I can what do team I don't know who can me I don't know. So I say, but you go beyond Africa. Now, yeah, rubble shoulders with the mighty teams now. That's why I remember Americans at the appropriate time. I bring you. So I just remember so at the appropriate time because the African and the Ghanaian should always believe in himself. So I just say, any kura konfanoche ni nananum any chiribo akudia mimi kumu di etiaja chirema santimesi ono. We cannot project a krobi sudi
you don't understand. But you have to find time.
But what I'm seeing on social media, America,
no. We have to find time.
We need to just find time for the Bakacha Yabua being said. Politics of principle is very important. His Excellency Nana Dankwe Kufado, Edin Sema Kessie, who won for so pa be 2 Janrada, Emma Ghana, and Semno de 2 Jano, in Komodo Dona Free Eba. So the issue about government official one, the issue about Norman, I don't think it's what we need at this point in time. Because we have a lot to talk about as a country. A lot to talk about. Again, on this matter of a Japanese ancestors, that amendment, the old bill, the president has sent it to.
No, the amendment has not been accepted.
On what basis? Again, people should be principled in what we do in politics. Me, I'm a good friend, Ibrahim Mahama. On this issue of bauxite, Egypt free in some say due process and all those things. Because of proximity to the president, then that is Ninya Bema.
Yeah, that's true.
You understand? So we should be principled as a country, and we should not be serving party interests and individual interests. That's why it amazes me when people start saying that Osafuma for baby or no 30 years experience.
He's been appointed, I think, the fund
But do you know the experience of Ibrahim Mama when it comes to mining, road construction? Do you know the experience of Ibrahim Mama when it comes to those things? That's why I keep saying, say, say Obi Baya, family and friend, because be president. I will not leave you out of my administration. President, you don't leave me out of that administration. Exactly. So we to start looking out for competence and people who can do the job. It doesn't matter who your president, who your vice president, what for say, because that same Susukuru. Before I get even into the nitty gritty of a Japan, any other issues here, Pompe Abana. What was the criteria for selecting Osafumafu's son? Because our experience, our exposure in the world, into the whole Ghana. Out of 6
I think 2 things. One, the international recruitment firm. We should know.
Yeah, but I'm saying that all these things.
Number 2, maybe Number 2, almost shortlisted Nipa 6.
And I'm saying that
it is Nipa 6 that
I respect that thing, but I'm saying that this Susukuru one if it's about the experience in people's choosing field, my very good friend Ibrahim Bama. When the country was about mining road construction, a civil engineer, what is sort on your papa at a tender age, engineers and planners. Who is talking? We have to be principled. We have to. I've not even delved deep into what this Japan matters. It's just the initial one. I buy President Yasenti to an amended bill. If it is for the good of Ghana, please let's keep talking about it. But don't come and give us a
open discussion.
Yes, let's not do disclosure. You see, I don't like the situation where if say it's your young we see it your dream. What is experience? What is exposure? Yes, he might be the best person qualified. Nano Daniel see papa. Why do we want to justify that somebody has 30 years? That's what Medi Ibrahim Abaye has taken. He has rich experience beyond the shores of Ghana. That's Ibrahim Mahama. In the field that he has chosen, the gentleman that Osafuma Foswedibano, or rich experience in the field that he has chosen. So why are we doing this to ourselves as Ghanaians? Debiada, eti president weba, no abecha contract we muko. Na president weba, no abecha contract we muko. Simply because Gabi law firm BPM, Osafma for Bedia BPM, Ibrahim DPM, Tony Later DPM, eti yede saad, yenye saad, into church contract, Musa. Can't we think straightforward as a country? Can't we?
O Kasayana, mi Google,
can't we?
Abranti ni cry then, Kofi Osafo Mafo. Kofi Osafo Mafo. So, Osha the short profile, Amenya, almost say Kofi is an executive with 25 years of experience in the investment management and investment banking industries. He spent 22 years in these industries in the UK. During the period, he held key roles advising leading UK-based global investment management firms about their equity investment. 18 of those years were focused primarily on the mining and oil sector investment across global emerging market, Europe and North America. Kofi is the Deputy Director General, Investment and Development of Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNIT, the National Pension Fund of Ghana, where he led the restructuring of the multi-asset class investment portfolio. Prior to that, he was a senior investment manager at Pictet Asset Management.
I respect all this, and of course,
yeah, investment management arm of Swiss private bank, the Pictet Group, where he was responsible for mining, oil and gas, and material sector equity investment.
And an easy achievement.
Yeah.
And an easy exposure. If a limited people in the world, and a bit that is perfect. But I'm saying that whether coincidental or whatever it is, Osafumafuba.
Yeah.
Osafumafuba. You're shortlisting Osafumafuba.
Yeah.
You're shortlisting us Ibrahim Muhammad there. Isn't all right? What country is this? Let's be principled in what we do. Let's be very principled in what we do. This is a Agyapa issue. They should come again and explain matters better. Because Musi has served the interest of the Ghanaian there. What is there to hide? There's nothing to hide. Yeah. We should be as transparent as we want to be.
And especially when even Parliament,
you understand,
who are the people's representatives,
no, when we build the country on partisanship, on individuals, because with all this experience, so international NDC, but they'll kick him away. Such rich knowledge, exposure, and experience. Ghana na bokao, and you know na bokao because no, they won't change that. Say ready, a copy say ready better to if we cancel Ibrahim Muhammad's contract on Salaga, Ghana na abokao nye Ibrahim Muhammad because Ibrahim Muhammad no, baby and Yamidina Koduno, obetima survive a copy say ready better to So we have genuine people with genuine intent, like the Osafo son, like the Ibrahim Muhammad, who can genuinely work for the advancement and forward march of Ghana. But for politics, partisan, pure, unneeded politics. This is the country. That's why you draw lines here, NDC contractors, your MPP contractors. So when it is about MPP, NDC contractors, when it's about NDC, MPP contractors, it comes to the business world. When it's about the business world, people don't get business because they are associated to a particular party. Now we are NDC near Sebunya Ghanaiana. We are MPP near Unya Ghanaiana. Why are we doing this to ourselves? We want people who can move the country forward in terms of business, in terms of education, in terms of whatever. And I'm taking this opportunity. One hard-working minister under this regime, the road minister, the no-nonsense minister. I wish we would get him for certain explanations on this matter. Because my kind of document to be under his watch. No, dualization under his watch.
Okay.
What set it off Obayasa a year at Jumano. None of the keep because general secretary about that. Yes, I read the document last night. You are Amwakwata.
Dualization of Accra.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I say, I be brema mind be o maka boma. San hihye ne kra no, eda ho dada. Aban bi a wo ba bi na say, obo homodin na otimi follow. And we need Amwakwata the likes. They are straight, they are firm, they are straight to the point. They don't look left, they don't look right. Amwakwata does not think MPP or NDC. Period. This is the country we want to build. Etibasre ya boabi. On this matter of Japan or Koki Kanse Mr. President the Kufuor no Kasai. We need more light to be thrown on it. The government official one, they want buying the power. You have everything machinery at your disposal. Any corrupt person in the previous administration, even in this current administration. That's why the Biamika say if our systems were working, corruption does not come under any government if it is in power. If that government leaves power, the corruptible acts and deals are or committee so our institutions, it behoves on them to be upright, to be bold, to do what is right, to serve the interest of Mother Ghana.
My interview with Emra, one of the journalists I follow this Agyapa issue, Larry Dogbe.
For the past 3 weeks, also they be out and so I am thinking positive. Larry, who ya humpty. Everything that pops up be a major tool, a progress in Ghana piano. No, I go behind the scenes, no, I go fish ya. They be a news. Oh, you say, open your challenge because I don't know. Larry also a challenge.
I don't know at the saying. Yamiadom, voice no from Pija on Nekakama. Bibi Aboko there.
But my menya code, but your COVID.
Na Obiaga say COVID.
Ekosiisen on Agyapa FM.
Okay, but some Jidi say when you draw bia numbers, is I will recover kakra.
Yes, it's true.
Great. Some share of front page and family and friends confirmed in government $2 million Agyapa transaction. Deputy Finance Minister confesses to relying on Achimota school ties to senior minister's son. I mean, one who created BB just to throw dirt at some people and cause disaffection for government. And where from this family and friends thing?
Okay, first of all, Michelle Tifo, now, Agyapa story is a herald story. Let's establish that first of all. Our first story on this matter had to do with a document we came across which says the Agyapa Royalties. And our first media story on it was on July 22nd, which says that government cooking $500 million deal with phony US-based company. Then we followed up 24th of July,
Ekosiisen
about
on Agyapa
the
FM.
involvement of Kofi Osakumafo. And so after that, then we decided to wait and adopt and watch. But in between that, I met Gabi about this matter, Gabi Asaro Chudako. And on that thing, we had a lot of discussions and so on. And I'm told, you remember, I said when he came to your studio the other day, he talked about it.
Yeah.
Again, but that is my second meeting with Gabi. My first meeting with him had to do with PDS. And people who arranged that meeting and so on, and what transpired during that meeting, or coffee shop, publicly. People, the people are aware, and it's nothing that is hidden. But when details of, if I'm pushed, and the details of that ought to be put out there, I'll do so. But I'm saying all this to create the impression, sir. This guy's create the impression that you don't have, you are not clothed with the powers to question anything. And that whatever you are thinking, it's either you are digging up cops or you want to tarnish a certain president's image and some personality's image. Far from it. We don't go about sniffing, where there are dead bodies.
Ekosiisen on Agyapa
Dead bodies,
FM.
normal born, and I said, I mean, it is a national, it is governance where everybody, I'm involved, you are involved, my kids, your kids, and your family members are in there. And so we should begin to question a lot of the things that happen. And when you question them, you want answers. But very often, the likes of Gabi, the likes of Ken Oforiatta, Edubuahin, and many times, even the president himself, they give the impression that what we are doing is better. It's of a superior argument than any other person. So they are quick to call some people incompetent. They accuse you of not reading. And even at this stage, where a Agyapa thing had come up, and you are demanding answers, they tell you, no, You don't need answers. We can't give you the document. Wait, and that this thing that we are doing, it doesn't like noise.
No, and who told you that? Because as far as we are aware, no, the transaction was approved by the Parliament of Ghana. Every document sent to that house is a public. One what? Yeah, but it still remains the Parliament of Ghana.
No, you see, you are getting it wrong.
Why?
Very often they tell you, say, listen, it's a parliament. But then you ask, and then when you go into it, you notice that there were some people who had registered a protest and then walked out.
Absolutely.
And walked out. They made some, cogent reasoning as to why they are walking out. Now, has Empire FM or any other media house gone to that same parliament and asked the individual majority members who sat and that day and approved a deal that had taken 2 years, and I said 3 years according to what's his name, Edubwahin, to cook. Okay, have we gone there to talk to the individual members as to the 4 hours that they had? What did they base that decision on? Have we? That the 4 hours government used 3 years. According, I listened to Edubwahin the other day on 12 FM, and he said that this deal came to him based on an interaction he had with Dr. Baumia. And after that, then he decided to, talk to people within the industry and felt, listen, the Akufo-Addo government can cook up something like this and make more money out of it.
Oh, cook up. I'm not sure is the right description to use, because cook up, not just from the word go. No, you think it is something.
You want me to use broker.
No, maybe yes.
I'm sure it's semantic.
Broker sounds good. Maybe they are preparing an agreement.
How about hatched?
That is even worse.
Okay, well, it's my choice of words, so maybe you could oblige me. So they sat and cooked this deal, and they started it in 2017, into 2018, into 2019, and in 2020 they put it before you. And you have only 4 hours to make a decision on it. Okay, who does that? And then you want details as to, what are the procurement processes. They tell you, the procurement process costs, $2 million as at the time we are speaking. And then you ask, how were these people engaged per our procurement laws? They said, we are working on it. You don't know as to who was involved. The only thing you hear
Ekosiisen on
African
Asempa
Legal
FM.
and Associates, quite encased. And then you hear it's Ankuma's law firm.
Yeah, Betty Angel.
Exactly. And in there, it's where you have Gabby telling you that, you know what, I have partnership with White and Case. And so White and Case won the contract. And then White and Case looked for a local contractor, which, was me
Asempa
or my law
FM.
firm to work on this transaction as legal advisors. And I did this with a Sankuma's law firm. Now, then you dig deeper, and you notice that, listen, the thing, the picture being created is that Gabby actually was the one who got the contract and using, White and Case as a front. No,
but who created that picture, and where did you get that information from?
I'm coming. I'll show you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that this is the picture you are getting. It's not about me creating it, but I'm getting that the picture you are getting is that White and Case is not talking. It's Gabby who is talking. And he sat in your studio the other day and spoke eloquently as to how, this deal is better. His involvement is very, very, very productive
on
to this country.
Asempa
He said
FM.
that. You can play some of the songs. It didn't end there. But then the same law firm has Gabby's wife in there. So Gabby and the wife. And then you go deeper, you investigate further, you notice that White and Case is dealing with, it does business with GMPC. And on the GMPC board is Gabby's wife. Conflict of interest?
How is that conflict of interest?
Oh, no, she's on the board.
No, and so?
So if GMPC is contracting White and Case, and then White and Case now contract with Gabby's law firm, what is that for?
So where is the conflict?
So she's on the board. What if the board? A lot of these discussions are discussed at the board level, where Gabby's wife sitting there as a board member.
Mm-hmm.
That is no news. So then after that, the legal thing gets back to Gabby's law firm because he's what you call it? He's a local rep for White and Case.
No, but you know, to prove conflict of interest, it's not just that simple. Say, okay, kaka, Nioma boy, ni based on one suspicion. I think there's conflict of interest.
No, I'm saying that. So if the she sits over some of these things, I'm asking you.
I don't have that information.
Come and provide.
But Larry,
Dubai is supposed to be giving you answers to some of these things.
Okay.
And then telling us how much money were paid. Some of them.
He has the deputy finance minister.
No, not just the deputy finance minister. When you listen to his appearance on Joy FM on Newsfire the other day, he said, "I am the one who broke, who hatched the deal."
Yeah, but this is a state company, and they are working on behalf of the state as ministers of state. No.
Sure, they are, and that is why they are not on behalf of the state, on behalf of you and I.
Absolutely.
And you listen on that same show, Atu Forcing, who was on the said that listen. At the parliamentary level, at the committee level, we asked him, give us details of how these companies were contracted. The recruiting agency, the legal guys, and how they were contracted. Were there advertisements and so on?
Yeah, of course. I mean, those are fair questions to ask.
For them to, for others to be value for money analysis.
Those are fair questions to ask. But my point, Larry, and say, Ushe, all the discussions I've had, all the interviews I've done on this matter, one thing about cross, and it's there is some, lack of information flow.
Thank you.
As far as, because I spoke to John Jenapo, and John Jenapo believes in Sankebia information no available, maybe your position on this transaction would have been different.
So why are they failing to provide it?
Hold on, Meba. And now, the last time I spoke with Gabby is also of the opinion, sir, when you decide to go and list on the London Stock Exchange, for example, there is absolutely no way where you can hide information, because you would have to prepare prospectus for the list. That prospectus would contain every information available. They don't understand where the claim said there is lack of information is coming from. My question to you would be, say, Larry, say, this lack of information bit neto in China, what have you found wrong, really, as far as the transaction itself is concerned? And then I bonny about the transaction.
You see, the lack of information is at the heart of everything. The lack of it is at the heart of everything. That is what is going to make you and I decide what is wrong with it.
But the lack of information is just a matter. It's just a matter of time. It will come. No.
Maybe 1 minute. Maybe 1 minute. So you even have a situation where Dubai tells you that they started this in 2017 into 2020, but then Parliament has only 4 hours to make a point to make a decision on it. You go back to the Attorney General, and Attorney General, who is a member of the government, a Minister of State, describes the thing as onerous, unconscionable, unclear, and that it flies in the, that it doesn't respect even our legal requirements and so on. And that in the event of a breach, there is going, you can't prosecute this matter in Ghanaian court. So there's something wrong with it. Gabby explains that, listen, the Attorney General at a point in time made a U-turn.
Mm-hmm.
But the Attorney General that we know, Godfrey Dami that we know, or
Ekosiisen
Madam Gloria
Agyapa FM.
They would have come out now to clarify that, listen, indeed, we raised query, in the July July 22nd document. However, in the August 12th document, we issued another.
Yes.
We issued another statement.
And that's very normal. I mean, interactions between lawyers and only a very normal. You raise an issue, the other party will respond. You come back until a final agreement is reached. Only a very normal.
Then you go to Parliament, and then Atufo Singh, who is the ranking member of the Finance Committee,
yes,
tells you that listen, they did not see that document before them, and that they are sure that this document or the July 22nd document was not included in this particular.
So which document did they see? Which advice from the Attorney General did they see?
Ask him. So what decision did they come to? But also, we don't even have to end it there. But even despite all that had gone on, including the alleged U-turn that the AG made, the final document, and I said the final contract that had come, had provoked civil society organizations,
Ekosiisen
has provoked media organizations, have provoked experts, including Kofi Ansah, who was the first CEO of the Minerals Commission. And I hear he's an expert who does a lot of international way in some of this international arrangement. Not just him, but Mr. Fuichikata. By the way, they have issued another statement. I just forwarded it to you.
Yeah, I've seen that statement.
Okay. And so, and between the two of them, they have close to 84 years experience in this transaction, this area. 84. As opposed to, Ken Oforiata, Kofi Osafo-Maafo, and then Charles Edugwahin's 80 years experience that Gabi talked about to mock with Imani.
Okay, Larry, Unim, I'll come back to you. Just give me a moment. Another editor adjoining who has also been following this particular issue, Andy Kankam. Andy Kankam trauma, the Unim, Eden Informer. Okay, Andy Trauma Informer, and Larry Trauma, the Herald newspaper.
Andy, that's what Informer.
Yes,
Andy Mimi Kroni, Andy Kankam.
Andy Kankam, yes. Andy, what's your car? Quaba, I'm to say.
Oh, me just so much at you for me.
At you for Joseph.
Now we Krum, you won't jam.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, Andy. Andy, what do you also make? At least, two editors. You've been following this particular issue. Larry Dogbe. What do you make of this whole transaction and the narrative around it, Andy?
I say my chairman, Larry Dogbe, I share with you. Obi, you say we are mind starting more discussions. You say now more can be said. We shouldn't politicize every issue, and that it is time we do the Ghana business, looking beyond MPP and Obi. I have spoken to a whole lot of people about this particular deal concerning some committee members, individual experts, and the conclusion is that, Masa, the deal is good, but their only problem is about information.
Okay.
And the inability of those in charge of the deal to communicate and to involve people. This stakeholder consultation.
Ekosiisen on
when you are
Agyapa
the ministry, now technocrats know the Biba. As for the technocrats, we are looking at it on pure merit. Say, hey, this is a good thing, but it's up to you. It's up to you. Those the politicians and our party in government. They say, listen, you balance whatever decision you take with creativity, and it is about politics. How well Ghanaians will understand it. Looking at the time we find ourselves just about some 98 days to elections, fine. Committee members now more parliament, like Larry Khan. You drew Larry's attention that this is a public document because when you go to the parliament, the process is now move far, the consideration stage. But the minority sides also contributed. So what were their contributions to the deal? Did they oppose to it at the consideration stage?
That is at the committee level?
At the committee level. Because, in fact, my information is even the BIMP now, and then Matisse Gabia soon.
Yeah.
At that level, committee level, he even made a very monumental contribution. He said the proceed of what this deal, I mean, they should look at road infrastructure. So you see, we should know what the contribution are minority they buy. And number two, whether this whole deal will help Mother Ghana rather than politicizing it. Because what you be like the CSO, their only difficulty is they were very involved in now stakeholder consultation, which I think all of us, including these politicians now more on, when we meet in class and we are being taken through policy formulation, one key thing is about stakeholder consultation. So the stakeholder consultation, and I am say, I'm Masu Papa. That is why all these things happen. But is the deal good for Ghana? Number two, this whole investment, deal, is new to us because the Ghanaian businessman is used to going to borrow money from the bank, be in debt to finance a business. But this is a novelty, it's an equity that, you have something that we need so. And so let me use that, you understand, as a security to go in for a bigger loan to do some infrastructure development. Then we'll be situating the argument in a proper context. Say, listen, MPP, NDC, will this particular deal inure to the benefit of the ordinary Ghanaian that is finding it difficult to put body and soul together?
Ekosiisen on Agyapa
when we are able to put this deal through, now with consensus, say, it's a good deal. Nasi Kanaba, Obi, Omahine, 21st century, when you drive across the breadth and length of this country, you will see human beings drinking from the same stream with animals. 21st century. Is that what we want? You see, so many points, and they say, Obi, you do all of us and your listeners a great good, sir. We go for the hands up. Now, you the minority contribution at the consideration stage. What they are saying, because I think it's a committee level, no? Or the plenary said,
absolutely,
we are coming to debate it. There might be some underground way. Committee might be input for which I am making a classical reference to the BIA MP and his contribution at the committee level. That listen, among Myanmar they should consider road infrastructure. So my only problem is whilst we are going forward, any issue beyond politics. If the deal is good for Mother Ghana, let's see how with consensus, one agreement, we'll move ahead.
Andy, that's a good point you make there. Larry, do we all agree? Said Andy Kano. Of course, you made the point earlier. Said at the heart of this deal, the lack of information, at least UTA CSOs now. For example, one critical issue are CSOs now, and I've had cause to speak with ASEP and its executive director and Sema Omodia Tuja. One other issue raising how we even came to value the rights being assigned. It is also 16 mining companies, no, and Agyapa Royalties are yebenya value at that's so 1 billion, and they raised that issue. Say these are mines amount be 200 to 300 million dollars every year in terms of royalties. How did you come by this particular valuation? They need more information, and if we get to that level, information now you say deal no good. Shouldn't we rather support this thing and make sure say sika ebeba nioma edebe nioma ebe boy near to the benefit of every Ghanaian?
Thank you. I don't think Andy was saying something different from what I have said.
Yeah.
Okay, but then his point where he said that the BIMP, I think the BIMP was the only minority person who was on that committee. Is either here or there. Atuforsen had come out to say, listen, I mean, we questioned, what was his name, Edubuahi. Edubuahi couldn't provide us with answers. So maybe the people talking to Andy should have also, mentioned what Edubuahi had mentioned and answered the points that, Edubuahi's responses to Atuforsen and many others who sat on that committee. Again, Andy is a public administration student, and he knows very well that, listen, bills just what it is the committee that discuss, that handles is the first point of the bill. After that, when the committee goes into it and then, it's sure or not sure, it is put before the larger parliament for them to make an input. So it is not all the minority members who are on that committee. And so it had come before the larger, whatever was discussed at the committee level, sometimes it's immaterial before the larger house. Although it serves as a persuasive, material to get everybody on board. So it is neither here nor there. What did Atufosun say? What did other members say? And that he is saying that we should go for the Hansard. And I said, you should go for the Hansard. He can come, he also has the friends, he also has the means to go to Parliament to go and pick that Hansard and come and educate us, including me. And then he's with us. Now listen, there's something here that came out. He should also go to Parliament and pick that document. Having said so, Obi, the projects people have been asking, what are the specific projects that this money is supposed to be used for? And that hasn't been forthcoming. So human beings and animals could be sharing the same water anyway. However, are you collecting the money to build water system, to build roads, to build what? Classifying it as for developmental projects, it's neither here nor there. It could come and quickly people start thinking about, projects. And then by the time you notice that whole money is gone, and the Mirrors Fund is tied to something somewhere. The money is gone. And another thing, that argument that has been made, Obi, is to the effect, listen, you are taking this chunk of money, $200 million out of the consolidated fund. What are you using to replace it? What is that money that comes annually used for? Okay, what are you using to replace that money? And that also hasn't been forthcoming.
But is it not what is at the heart of this whole investment, that you are more like ring fencing royalties na ebano, and as a who securitize it, royalties are ebano na ode aje sika sisia, and then you pay over a period, like it was done in the case of Get Fund and other similar arrangement.
Okay, government has pushed. I'm answering your question. Government has pushed the idea that, depending on who you're talking to, when you talk to some certain document mentions that government is supposed to, the state to be getting $400 to $500 million. Now you talk to others who, and then they sometimes mention $1 billion. You get it. However, then the point is, how much are we getting? And then you talk to Imani and many others. They tell you that whole thing has even been undervalued.
Yeah, that's the point I made. Yes,
exactly. It has been undervalued, and so we could make more. And if we could make more, then we could even by if we have gotten into the argument that we needed money, chunk money to do something, then I would rather side with Imani and all the other civil society organizations that, listen, let's open up this whole discussion again. Let's investigate it. Let's know whether we could make $3 billion and now say $1 billion. And if we can make that, then we can, let's say, collateralize a certain portion of it, while we are sure, say, whether that one goes or not, our consolidated fund, and I said that hole that will be dug into the consolidated fund will be, can be blocked by additional money. I'm sorry, my dogs are barking. So then you say you are making more money, and then you have you could get more by means of the revaluation that will be done, and the money, the more money that you'll be getting.
Okay.
By the way, it is everybody is complaining. Civil society, which used to be praised by people very close to government, including Gabi Asari, today is being mocked, and they are being described in very unsavory terms, as though say, listen, there are no way. Gabi said, listen, Ken Ofori-Attah's experience is can never be compared to. You can't compare this guy. Imani's research work to Ken Ofori-Attah's experience. I'm not sure he was born with that level of experience. He would have gone through some research, and then after that, then he would have taken the act and then acquired a certain experience out of it. They are two different things. Experience and research. I mean, experience can be informed by research, and as a research can feed into an experience. That is where Listen, you don't matter. And Obi, I beg you, before I go off, see, Herald broke. There's something that is coming up, and it's either we are being disrespected, and I said we are being ignored, and I said people just don't take us serious, even as media people. FM. So Herald did a story. They were going to do press conference, and none of them in government found it expedient to even clear. If I have a hazy mind and I say foggy mind, they didn't invite us there to come and say, Larry, hello, this and this and this and this and this. I'm not saying I'm a special person, but I mean, having done the story, call us. Maybe there's something we didn't understand. So when you are inviting journalists, invite us also there. Don't invite people that you are comfortable with, and give them a certain information, a well choreographed information to come and confuse the people more. That is what is happening.
Larry,
but, yes,
it's a pleasure talking to you always. I'm running to me and fancy.
Are we doing this thing tomorrow?
We will try and see. We'll discuss and then we will come back to you. Right. Larry Dogbe. Yeah, that's it. Andy Oho. Andy, finally, yes.
Finally. Mr. It will be a disservice to this country for members of parliament, both sides. Sir, you have nominated or selected people to serve on various committees. Now, Omuye Bibi at the minorities position will be captured in whatever policy I remember the plenary for final consideration. Now, at every point in time, you don't get briefing from them to ensure, sir, or they are making the right input. You wait until the whole document comes to the plenary for you to shoot it down. It's problematic. Number two, there has been this issue of the Attorney General's advice. Can we look at get the Attorney General's final advice? Can we get that, OB?
Yeah, I should think that should have been part of the document I call Parliament. No?
Yes, because here, Mr. What I know and I have, which I'm happy, Larry,
Ekosiisen on Agyapa FM.
This whole discourse from the partisan position to that will help Mother Ghana. We shouldn't quote the Bible when it suits us. What I'm privy to, and it's in my possession. Let me say, at every point in stage, now the Attorney General was correcting Yemabia to straighten the edge so that the document ever come up. And the Attorney General, and I mean Madam Goria Akufo, now want to make input to the Finance Minister, my colleague minister, and the final document. Okay, deal. We should also look at that final advice. Listen, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. On the side, there will be any expertise, so you have no right to criticize a particular deal. No? It's a non-starter, and I think that Gabi got it wrong. So, because it will be long-standing years practice in whatever field, and so we can't build Ghana like that. What I say, you don't need to be a Methuselah.
Yeah.
Because Larry we all read the same textbooks.
Ekosiisen on Agyapa FM.
We make the informed deductions from whatever text that we read. So, Nyame can say, side Dili, Yang say, Obi. Then again, what is better than say, Agyapa on sopi say we this year when amenya now what can in album now say Charlie I have invested sekanimra na memfanye niema na Ghana ntumpon. Number two, I think that if we say government side and now edubuaya ntimi provide niema muso this can be ya. I don't know what Larry is talking about, whether on Newsfire last week with Newsfire and now the press conference now here last Friday. I think he start out in clear terms near investment in education, infrastructure, and for health sector, and he said something very instructive, which myself and you wholeheartedly will accept. Say COVID-19 actually Nyama Bibri. some facilities are a time of COVID-19 by year are heading for suspected cases in our people. And now, on mining in our share said, yeah, we need more hospitals. They said that there will be some of the money will be channeled into it.
Ekosiisen so on Agyapa FM.
Having done some reading about all this, it is just like the hedging. The way we go and hedge our oil. Don't we hedge our oil?
Yeah, we do.
And then when you are hedging oil, what is it? It is futuristic. You take the money because of, your positive thinking. Then you get the money. You hedge your oil. So what is wrong with it? It's just like the extra on the energy stuff. So, you may kind of say, Obi, Muhammad discuss it. Sometimes we should move away from this partisan approach. Now, and we need to strengthen those edges. We do it and move ahead because it's not helping Ghana. Because I'm not and MPP Coca. So who thinks about Mother Ghana? Who thinks about my people in that
FM?
Andy, may I not see Bibiani ever said in Comobio? Hello? Okay, too bad. Andy Ahoma article. That was Andy Kankam, on the editor of the Informer newspaper. Earlier, Mote Larry Dogbe, on also the editor of the Herald newspaper. And I'm going to see anyone aiding come on this. Agyapa Royalties. Agreement home komo take center stage over the last 2 weeks. These are two editors who more newspapers that follow a story way and you see anyone EBD and komo. I mean Kai say and the discussion segment no you been penifo me studio already lawyer Sami Jemfiat Nas National Communications Officer of the NDC what Nasu studio I share name said lawyer Andrew Agyapa Mesa Babekayen so no MP for the 2nd constituency and a member of government's communications team. What I'll do now is say messages kakra aba na mekan ama mutew ne mama lawyer Sami Jemfi akwaba na afi akwaba den komo na hye so na ekuamo aboaten wa Blekoma Central. Honestly, good afternoon Obi. Larry should tell us what he has seen about the Agyapa royalty deal that he feels that Ghanaians should know. What document is he relying upon to expose his level of blah, blah, blah about this deal? Special greetings to Honorable Stanley Ajiri Blanks and Chairman Frank Akwesi Debra of Blekoma Central. This one says, okay, that's not fair. In Ghanaian politics is the NDC and the Mahama. Ghanaians should be watchful. Let us apply our long memories. Kekusi, ewo edjeso besianse. Kekusi, that's narrative and as a description of the NDC no any fair. Hi Philip, please tell the man you are interviewing that Gabby's wife holds LLM from the prestigious Center for Energy, Petroleum, Mineral Law and Policy, University of Dundee. So she's overqualified if she's part. Okay, it's not part of Gabby's law firm. I say he's part of the GNPC board. That's the point he was making. Okay. Angelo, Eddie, no, Angelo, thank you. This one says, okay, let me see. Omanhene should understand that the Agyapa is owned by the state and not a private company. He can also proceed to the Supreme Court as done in the case of Ibrahim Mahama, Uswansa, Ewusunyane, and Odiwe Abraham. Good afternoon, Obi. Please tell Omanhene to stop running down Accra to folk. We have a rich history and we have achieved more, including winning the Premier League 20 times, the FA Cup a record 10 times, the President Cup twice, and the CAF African Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup once. Okay, once each. A fit no club in Ghana can compare. Really? Really? No club in Ghana can compare. Are we sure? Daniel Obeng Akwa, a secretary, Youth for Emancipation, and they've issued a statement. I must send a copy and say, pull down your derogatory post and apologize to Achims within 48 hours. Youth for Emancipation to John Dramani Mahama. And the statement reads in part, say, the attention of Youth for Emancipation Ghana has been drawn to a shared Facebook post by the official handle of the former president, His Excellency John Mahama, that seeks to stereotype the Achim ethnic group as mafia and Sakawa boys. We are gravely dismayed that a former president who is considered a statesman will label a section of the Ghanaian people as a mafia and Sakawa boys. While we do not begrudge the right of the former president to criticize the Agyapa Royalties deal, we find it very dangerous, distasteful, and repugnant to draw in the ethnic background of the president, his family, and appointees in criticizing the deal. Indeed, it has become very pervasive of the former president to draw in the Achim people in his every critique of the president of the Republic of Ghana, His Excellency Nana Addo Akufo-Addo. And also, Youth for Emancipation condemns the write-up shared by the former president in no uncertain terms and demands an immediate apology from his office to the good people of Achim and Ghanaians as a whole. It is an unwarranted attack on the good people of Achim and Ghanaians at large. It also has the potency of setting a bad tone and heightening tensions in a young democracy such as ours, especially in the lead up to a general election. Into any statement, Abba, there is a background to this story, and I'll pay a member of the Finance Committee in Parliament on the minority side, Honorable Adongo Eye post, and I think the former president page, shares are posting on Facebook. But let's go and ask some questions. Daniel Obenyakwa, Secretary Youth for Emancipation. Daniel, akwa banapom to saying. Mu statement any na makan bi.
Pacho pepe when you be in free ni na no wakan.
Na mo say former president ayemoden.
Obi we there. Me fa kwan na me chia.
Edikan Youth for Emancipation no mu free hin.
Oh, social advocacy group say your man mo. You go so to the man say youth no so betimi apa to mapa afra. Now bibiara o man ma oye adia e konkan no. So ya bona baso. Boni a wo man ya ka ho asem.
This year ya na mote on. Apart from issue when be on the Makasa.
Oh, you can about Nana Akufo-Addo, the free senior high school has some NDC for the call or more primary. And also you bought my basso. So when you be a not and went to be a ember. Until we have been around.
In this specific issue, most former president are saying.
Okay, yeah, me can say, I don't pay. You're sorry, I can be commission. And you who say Honorable Adongo Akufo post bina President Mahama. I share on the Facebook wall. Now, the ocean of my more you feel independence by you said that in your Gidibia sa Bibia Koboko. Now, so over NDC for the more year over the timer. And chair bear 1 year and a family zoo. A coca said, a €7 for a motor for a penny. And it's a meeting can radio so after film. And then so I think for a Bob Brow Ghana has say, you can't independence. You show you JB Dankwa, and that's a for any idea to say. And come for some for the Abba or Memu, and the enlightenment Omodiabo Memu. That's a because I think for your Sakawa boys, no more mafia boys here. President Mahama, a state one or your former president. To me, I'm sure there's a man in Casa, a month for Susiano, into your son. At the minimum, you have 48 hours. Crafty Maka, then so many Ombra no Pagana for show. No part of Sadio for any Achimabwakwa, and they could to cook mine, and the boss of my man in a show, said your kind, and I said, I don't go kind. No, so share, service and trade.
Now, Adentina in most statement, the author of the post himself, Isaac Adongo, MP for Bolga Central, and no one can be beyond because he authored the post.
Obi catch us because catch our mama say, oh yeah, boy, if I don't kind of crap no, you fano serious out. They say, wow, kind of. Oh, represent Mahama following our Chroma, and they say Yamafu Dinachi, the largest opposition leader in this country. na say what me share that comment we ya no it me when that it ono na was say ye dey no bika so ono abo adongo na kan ya ono abo adongo mileage be ko no ndu say ni President Mahama dey be ko amount for him or your role model we should do the honorable thing by pulling it down.
The Youth for Emancipation moye action based pressure group ana
Pacho there be I can want them obika asem cha nzema hene ye beka no ho asem obika asem cha krobo hen obika asem cha bole hene na se fe na se affront to democracy ye beka ho asem enya achi masem ye Ghana mine here yen ye wa say intokwansi ye pese ye atumdue na ye wo no en wo ho sa ema yen na youth no so yesu ye den ye timi bedi ye.
Because na me call former president Facebook page. So I think the post was made 7 hours ago. An interesting piece from Honorable Isaac Adongo on the Agyapa deal. Agyapa Royalties fraud is the last straw. The Achem Sakawa boys and grandpas must go. In the Oshe lead now, and that's the first paragraph. Now, Agyapa Royalties deal is a big fraud on Ghana by President Akufo-Addo and his Achem mafia. We na more issues with no.
Brapeni the tell say asem na omuka no Agyapa deal say technicalities so say ye fire ho but the issue about the Achem factor no eno ene hia say you ha say you man Ghana yet ha say you Asante for you Achem for you Kwafo e na ye ti bako na so ka say Achem for mafia no me Sakawa boys say say one funny dia ma Achem for what say what yetia Achem for na fa ho die so no manim enya right baby ni cramp one kasa bring ka uprising be start na de na say am for tugum na ye de no the president should former president should know better so who at least baby kasa ni obeka say ma be shen crying na man for so betima den afa ba free yeti ha say yeti ha sumdue mo enti man fa sebe Achem for any enya form na ye ka say din je bi dan kan kra e din Ghana ne kra ye chusu wo Ghana ha say ne kra ya nana ya wofa ye bi dan kwa ono didi ne mai enti na fe den bi.
Okay, secretary ma ye nas in this almost say how many hours na ompuli post ne down on me patcho
48 hours to the time on no post ye enti you go so count it
say ompuli post ne down
on fact to form we say honorably
na on sign patcho say wanya what happens.
Oh, so your coma, you're interested you, but assembly yaka, 48 hours no, you're holding him. There is also another measure, yes, you become, I know you're within your caucus. Yeah.
Daniel Obiakwa, may nasi, Bibiani Ebesia in Comobio.
Mati Obi.
Okay, great. Daniel Obiakwa, Secretary, Youth for Emancipation, and Amoten and Ekosiisen in the higher Sempa 94.7 FM. Gusona so far drink a brain na yen kan ema. This is Ghana's biggest and the most authoritative political, social, current affairs talk show. 0546 382 287. That's our WhatsApp line. For our messages, 0546 382 287. Now, you said them kai no lawyer Sami Jemfi atena se. Remember na kwaba na yadane ye ho aba e de nkomo na hyehyɛ so. Sami akwaba na apom te sen.
Obi, ejoso.
Bibi ekoye.
Ahode wo ho. Onyankopon.
Then run on police cells ne ade.
Oh yes. Se oyonko da no da. Small scale concerned small scale miners association of Ghana. Omo penyin pa ba ko. Inyanenti se a police for free crime akoche no.
Yeah.
Ede na Banima police station. Na se na inyanenti ya neche se ititi ane fan hu die so a yashana yaka de pa.
Asempa FM.
As a lawyer and also the communications officer for the largest opposition party, you consider the concerned small scale miners association and of course small scale miners in as partners, no. Mm-hmm. Now you name a hawa oma kum in the last 3.5 years, no. There was a ya bon kompon ko hwede e koso ankasa. Na yakobua yenua no. E koye so na ye no kre. De na ya tete ni nyina ye no kra chese. Ya dane mra na butu kra ena Frimpong Boatia or ye Minister for Environment or pese like pay the back, and I said me who's in a missing cano.
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM.
Then I brand and I friend Pom watching BB and
it is believed say 500 missing excavators ne ho asem ebe pa o mampenya kufuado ne na ban mu mpenyufo Frimpong Boateng being a key member of that syndicate and ebe pa mo ho ntoma ma yehu say legal small scale miners are yegu omadwuma ya hyeshi bi mfidie even though omadwuma mo ye no mra tire chiri na ye legal ya jeje o mu mfidie ni bi no ya de ma abrofo ene galamsey fo a omode call forest reserves mu ene yensum ko ye galamsey ya tape kraba bontin video penyimpa ba ko ana okasa ntokwa ne ho ye ko we see was caught on tape in a conversation with the Minister for Environment say o party here sikantino some fidie na ya che no yemfa mwa party fo bi no mo fa nko yes adwuma ni bi ho asem yentimi kan nwie excavators no still ye nimbe bi ewo na eno no na it is believed Frimpong Boateng say abrantie no aka ho asem say excavators na yirae no ebi woni fie a ewo kuma se kwada so obi a record video bi dia beto social media video no bi anim obi na ekasa keke so you can't tell who recorded the video na ofi say abrantie no na record o ye and abrantie no so aka so be press conference enedwo day ntiene he will show him where power lies. No, in fact, that was what the police told us. That was a tape which was played because
and the police told you that the complainant was Professor Frimpong Boateng.
Professor Frimpong Boateng. And in fact, when we were there seeking bail, maybe a CID boss will be a Mechiano, maybe a Dr. Jansen will be a Mechiano. We thank them for their cooperation. Nebano, Jojo Frimpong na ya huno in so many scandals related to galamsey no ba nyama hyehyɛ na so eno kuntan ontiase ma yema brantie ni be obia ontiase mi wa ho papa so na he complainant anya wa na complaints so de okoye ni police case a aban asɛm a criminal matter anya wo na wo kyerɛ sɛ police ni be ma obi bail na obi mo wo complainant no anya ne ba na be kyerɛ sɛ ye be man de ya kye ni bail or not so ba ho be yi akaka bensem bi wo but we thank CID mpenyufo ne omo professionalism omo show ya omo man bail me ana me di agina mu assurity e ma yunia be ma na anopay nondu na police for yes awomra the only lawyer Edudi Chamaklo ni ono one lawyer Bobby Banks ekoya the matene say a police for say onsanso nko
Ekosiisen on Asempa FM
and it is just Minister for Environment where do your mayor bra wasn't konumpo ye na di near the na famra kwanso and we free say and otia konwa so 2 minutes
no he also has the right say o can be fan ho a
na no criminal matter obi can be fan ho na nya oda
no it is for the police to deal with that until the police
must be let's not defend certain things.
I'm not defending.
You say injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Oh yeah the year media see is to obia and kameba ho absolutely and that is how we are trained as lawyers to come to the aid of people or more suffer injustice. So if obia ka asema fa ho na nya no kre no wagu hu fia that is a thought. You can go to court or civil rights with you for defamation ni court but want to mean cause obia record video bi obia ni nim video ni mu ba me hwa video na yasuma si na our maintain a record na ya criminal matter na mpampa yasuma police for finkran yakokuma se akwachi we nipa kro no ajeje ni phones e na kofie akobo search asizi.
But if the police suspect cyber crime so they can
what is cyber crime woman is
if they suspect
you see
if they suspect
Asempa FM
there must be a basis for the suspicion. It will show me where is the basis of that suspicion. Video no promise and the omo botchere no. It is on social media now. There is suspicion of cyber crime debate me abam. Say video obi ka say there is an excavator in this house and this house belongs to Frimpong Boateng and it is one of the missing excavators. And no yes cyber crime. What crime is that?
The cyber crime unit has what it takes to identify the person.
That's a video no me record here. What is the crime?
In this case, I
am entitled to that opinion. So Frimpong Boateng free me opinion no, and a statement of fact makano by recording the video. Say listen excavators, be one if you and I won't see you for defamation.
Great.
That's a me chance.
That is when he knows you.
Me chance.
In this case, we also be any video. So how does he know the person? The cyber crime.
I know only you complain at TLBC engine. I don't know you complain against a specific person.
Based on suspicion.
Any action. And I make sure say that suspicion should not even ground an arrest. Because say me previous mogu okra. I mean, who doesn't know? You have been caught on video facilitating illegal mining activities of foreigners and top party officials of the MPP. Yeah, chill on tape. And the excavators now is easy and wasn't not under his authority as minister. Excavators anyway waiting me buwa konta. Excavators no mu wi. So even to that extent, he can be held responsible any day, any time. That's Obi. These are small scale miners. Omoye legitimate business. Before I buying weba, nebi majeje bosi omodi yo omo bibi omonya hiafo. Ebi wa dan wa fie. Te se kwadwo pepra na ye ka na asem no. They are not some non-entities. Obi is out in the measure and say, what be go for close to 3 years? Also, what left a ban? What left a ban? You know, it's a party in paying you for almost a party in yes, you can see. Or money abroad for na cabo moi. Or more illegal mining, not even legal mining.
That's an allegation.
What allegation?
Coming from a lawyer of your standing.
You can choose to dance around.
You don't think it's an allegation?
What is an allegation? I'm telling you statements of facts. I was the allegation.
Based on them.
Now, one who tell Pidimu say Ekwa we see on your MPP vice regional chairman. They ain't complain from Paul Boat and Akwaye about him to the police.
But is that a fact? The party in penny for near bro for illegal mining.
Fact proven conclusively. Me can have fact over videos. So, guy, even before that scandal never be breaking my video about Bonten. I told you the Omoye Waha. And we see us all the Marco court we see me for defamation.
That is still in court.
We're done. You heard the court to cry you. When a lawyer and I know Bribwine. Mon can just say, Mr. Mijenfi, I'm the defendant in the matter. Where is he? We're done. You court to our ma. You court to our ma. I said, or ton excavators. I saw say, or the excavators are watching from legal small scale miners. They are illegal miners and a brofo. Our modi galamsey in our forest reserves and in our water bodies. Also, the Marco court and you know we're done. What the bonnie ente say wo kra ne yanka wase munwe ene ekwa we see ni auctioneer license ni pono chief justice revoke ye no o ma rewura ma ya sanso de ama no
why mu na rewuram
enya ban we mpanyu ya sanso de ama no ye report to the from what report to the police
say the chief justice did not deserve to give it back to him.
I don't know whether it was the chief justice
but the chief justice
but I'm saying the restoration of his license is wrong. Because criminal matter now against him. Now
you don't know better than the chief justice, do you?
I don't know better than him. He's a public officer. If he does something, if he exercises administrative, you can say function beyond the powers. Now me free say it is not in the national interest. I can criticize him. He's not above criticism. Me say the restoration of Ekosiisen auctioneer license to him, no, for me, and yet proper. It is not in the national interest because Obia no my auctioneer excavators. Na minister for environment ankasa report na ma police say excavators no watonton bi adi ameache no na bisi na asem no yenka nwasem nwie no what's that the license man is saying asem no kwa kwasi saying na momanya the temerity and the effrontery to still taunt, harass, molest and intimidate legal small scale miners or moyo majuma legally. Ghana is in Afghanistan. But at least, what are your code one way in America? And no divisional commander or war Nima police station. And then penny for we CID headquarters. CID boss ya bay, and any Bibiana me pebet, Yamian no Queen, by and Samba. Samba Kakra.
On the Kenan
yes, Kenya Boa.
Kenya Boa.
I think Samba and at least if for nothing at all, even if the arrest was wrongful, even if Abranti and rights were not respected. At least one thing I, as a lawyer, appreciate on Sunday, he was granted bail, and it is something that it goes to the credit
of the Ghana Police Service
and I think that is good. But as for Frimpong, what's and then a Bajo Frimpong, no Makaka Bensam no more yenedia, or Monkai who say, "Oh my Ghana number 2 year." I'm very so yeninka so.
Ekosiisen
on legally. Na how Makumunchi. Ube subject you to these acts of intimidation, harassment, and molestation. So my command almost over a press conference Canada Kakawa or Monkai who say Emre will be in Inca.
Okay, so me kwa banana sana no and the one who former President Mahama post, you know.
Yeah.
Like sharing a post by Honorable Isaac Ado.
Yeah.
Is it in good taste?
Yeah. Actually, me and me base Agyapa deal no.
Oh yes, because only the main issue.
And sana be ko break about.
Yes.
Abrante na ne kasa was your friend say.
Open the deal no.
And o kasama group be.
Yeah, remember. Let me get you the name.
Okra wunim group no.
Minim group missing the dean.
Na group
Youth for Emancipation. The Daniel Obeng Akwa on the secretary.
And no say President Mahama anya den.
Almost President Mahama in pulling down post non pagana for.
Tell him that me say he should stop the jokes.
Oh.
Wafana fefa. My name my President Mahama.
But have you read the post?
Masa TME. Wafana fefa. My name my President Mahama so. President Mahama onya na fe onye ni mate. So obi na akobo omo pa. Say omo meka say ngu President Mahama hu. We are telling them say they are joking omunya ikra. Ono who easy on Asempa. No one say President Mahama me pa obi ache o metwi obi nsa. President Mahama we di obi atem. President Mahama wakasa etia obi. President Mahama ye na manyo se mu krom na no etia obi da.
And I'm say what kind of post?
Omu adia manen finance ma President Mahama so.
But you just said people can criticize public officers. So
yes, so criticize President Mahama.
But that's exactly what
they don't come and say, we are demanding demanding what apology from who? Who? Ono say oye hwan? Who appointed him spokesperson of whatever tribe he claims to be speaking for? Who? Now President Mahama wakasa etia tribe bi Ghana hada. Wakasa etia tribe bi Ghana hada. What kind statement no? Dey na wo mu etia tribe bi.
But if you see something like Agyapa Royalties fraud is the last straw, the Achem Sakawa boys and grandpas must go.
So if so if I say if Ubroni Nigeria ni because the Ghanaian criminals must go. Yeah, but just say Ghana for your criminals.
But that's
is it not armed robber? Near say armed robbers in Nigeria for. Nature say Nigeria for nyina armed robbers. Nentiase no on table for.
No, but say what armed robber na say armed robber ni wodin.
Yes, armed robber ni but we Nigerian national aye de ka ho. De bia wo hunu kromu a police for cry armed robbers are for nationality nka ho.
The last time I spoke with Nigeria for chief back wa ha or expressive problem with
that. But still yeah. And then nyina ye check for Symbox frosters. Ye check armed robbers. Ye do mo nationality ka ho e wo Ghana. Even so ye Ghana ni kwa de ka ho so ye Ghanaian you can say a young man if you are 26 years old. Not just a Ghana for you armed robbers. On table phone.
But the Achem Sakawa boys.
Yes.
Who are they?
Those involved in the Japan deal na yeba beka ho asem no. Our mo me nyansa kro no. Hono mu free.
They have names.
Yes, and they have been mentioned in that write up. Now does that mean that say omo belong to that tribe ni nyina no? Eso ye Sakawa boys. Is that his appreciation of English? On table phone. Oma former FIFA mom former President Mahama so. Can you imagine? Come on, radio and say President Mahama and Pacha. What can you do to President Mahama?
The truth of the matter is
he's a joker.
You just criticize people. Why do you think the leader of the party
is not a criticism? So I'm also criticizing him. I am telling him that he has no right to come and talk about in Nyama President Mahama and incite ethnocentric passions against President Mahama and the NDC based on Nyama President Mahama Nkai. Me say hefa the ne was statement now honorable don't go tray anymore. President Mahama handless a share no one handle no. The ne wo mu a say achemfo omo ye Sakawa for the ne. He is talking about a group of Sakawa people in this government omo ye behind Agyapa. That is where they hail from. Those are the specific people we are talking about. And everybody know them.
But their names are not in the whole write-up. No name is mentioned.
I will give you the names.
In this write-up?
I will give you the names.
It is not in the write-up.
There was Sakawa for one anymore. We will give you those names. So what I am saying is, say
48 hours he should pull down the post and apologize.
He's a joker.
Ekosiisen is in the higher Asempa FM. Samije mfina moten in Kano. Ye kwaba sisi ya ba lawyer Andrew Agyapa Mesa will join na the discussion segment no asheshe so.